Hello, good day, everyone. My name is Ayo, and I have here with me.
My name is Isaiah Osatuyi.
Yeah, nice meeting you. This is my brother. We just want to have a conversation that we believe would be a blessing to anyone and everyone listening to us. For me, I have observed something that is troubling, and that is the fact that the United Kingdom, the work structure has a way of draining you, even without you knowing.
What do you
So,
mean?
okay, this is what I mean. That I discovered that many nurses, the work structure is 12 hours in many places. Only a few places work 8 hours, but majority of places in NHS, private firm work 12 hours. And literally, the only gift God gave every man is 24 hours. If your day has been slashed into two, the remaining with transport, getting home, shopping, literally what you have left in a day is less than 10 hours. And then you need to sleep within that. Now, if you continue doing that and you work minimum of 4 days in a week, and with many other activities that are needed, church, I mean, people go to a lot of things. So my concern is that how is it actually possible to still maintain spirituality? Because one thing is that knowing God, keeping a stable relationship with God requires time. So if a chunk of your time as a nurse has been eaten into by work, how do you still maintain spiritual fire in the middle of all of that? And I've seen many nurses who had fallen victim of these things. They die without knowing. So when they are done, when they are now dead, they now discover they are dead. It's like a fan that stopped working. It will still be rolling
Yeah.
gradually
Yeah.
till finally it discovers it's no longer working. So this is a concern from this is a serious burden. That's why I just wanted to check with you if, or maybe ask you directly,
Mm.
what is your view? How are you surviving? Or are you even surviving? That's a question.
Yeah, I think, thank you so much for that question.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, to me, I would say it's like food.
Okay.
You don't have to separate your spirituality
Mm.
from your work.
Mm.
I am a spiritual person acting as a nurse.
Mm.
So when I'm at work, I'm not less a Christian, I'm not less spiritual.
Mm.
Even I discovered that sometimes there was a time, anytime I'm assisting my patient eating, that is when my spirit becomes heightened.
Mm.
There was a phase when I'm serving medication. That is when a tongue, prayer power, will just be ruling in my. It will be as if to burst to be praying. So what I've just learned is that it's not about what we do, it is about who is in us. So you are not a nurse when you're at work. You're already a nurse anytime. So same way your spirituality, you go to work as a spiritual person. So when you are doing your stuff, as you're walking on the corridor, as that song is going in your head, Oga, if you have time to go to the toilet, 30 seconds, play that song that's been ringing in your head. Just charge yourself. And if you work in an environment that permits you to listen to songs just to keep your spirit activated.
Yeah.
That's it. So to me, that is the first part of it. So to me, the structure may look draining, but we need to see ourselves first. And the other part is, what do you do with your other 3 days?
And this is literally where many people miss it. So they use those moments to catch up on series.
Yes, you see that? People still watch 12 hours videos and they're not complaining.
Yeah.
But when it comes to spirituality, I'm a victim of this. On my off days, I already have itineraries, plans. If care is not taken, I may not be able to study. So I have to start to think of structure.
Yeah.
So I've already downloaded an app, about 2 apps, about TickTick and Notion, to track my activities. What am I going to do? What are the things to do? I've already tagged time to it, so it's alerting me what to do next. your prayer walk time 9 a.m.
Mhm.
Right? So sometimes I walk from work. It's about 1 hour trek from work. Intentionally
Yeah.
to start to be praying,
Mhm.
engage my mind. So we may not find that suitable time.
Yeah.
We just need to look at the simple times that you have and use it maximally
Absolutely.
for your spiritual well-being.
Absolutely. Now, for me, one of the things I discovered at a point was that I observed that I wasn't praying as I was supposed to be praying because of the burden of work. And I discovered that anytime I am on break, doing a 12-hour shift, and I have 1 hour break, what most of us want to do, even myself, is to quickly want to catch up with our phone, to reach out to family, to just chat away the 1 hour. You've been on screen for 1 hour in front of computer, and then break that is for rest, back to screen. And you know what I told myself was that 1 hour I would use it to pray. So immediately I have break, I will just plug my headphone and walk to the back of the hospital and then begin to pray. I don't care whoever sees me, I pray loud. So I did that for a while, then I knew something was beginning to happen to me. You see that now. And other times I might use that moment to quickly catch up with a message. Like you said something that is actually very interesting that could be helpful for nurses. That many times, because of the way the schedule is tight, you might not always have the dedicated time.
Yes.
Though every moment, like you said, when you have that sense that you are a spiritual man, you are a spirit, even though you are working as a nurse,
Yes.
every moment just insert spiritual activity into
Yes.
every time. That so P. Daniel was saying something one time. He said many people are saying you can pray. How do you pray 1 hour every day? Many times is not that 1 hour stretch. It could be 10 minutes splitted into every 3 hours. And you will be able to achieve it at the end of the day. But we don't understand how to put this. But we discover that we keep dying even without knowing. Because one thing is, once devotion is lacking, you will die.
I think let me just address one of the issues I raised. If you continue your life that way, you will be a Christian, you will still be able to hear God, but you will not be useful to God. Because you will not be able to, you can't build capacity with such lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that is why you now need to have a devotion.
Yeah.
I learned this practically because for about a month or two, I did not do any Bible study. The only thing I was doing is just morning devotion with my wife. We read, we discuss, that's all. No personal one, no prayer stretch.
Yeah.
You just munch. If you eat junks, you can't grow well.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the point of your off days. What do you do?
What do you do with them?
What are the things you do? For me, I always try to engage myself in spiritual activities, but spiritual activities does not make you mature. What makes us mature is staying with Jesus personally. If you keep listening to messages from now till eternity, you will still be a good Christian. You will still be able to quote scriptures. You will still be able to hear God. But will God be able to trust you with big visions? We still need to stay in the secret place. So that's why I would say we need to maximize our off days.
Yeah.
Maybe once in a month, just dedicate a day to the Lord. That God, we are here together.
And you see, one thing I discovered for me personally is that in 12 calendar months, the strategy for your spiritual sustenance can change. You cannot use everything all through all season because all of those things they are seasonal, even though they are from January to December. From January to April, you can be in a season where what God requires of you is to fix one day for retreat every month. There was a junction in my life like that when God said you must be doing 24 hours marathon every month. So as I see my rota, as NHS is planning my rota, I begin to plan that day with God. Because if as a nurse here in this country, if you are not intentional, you will die without knowing. You will not be strong.
Let's even forget being a nurse. one other thing is the environment itself is
Mhm.
not spiritually conducive.
Yeah.
And why many people will die spiritually, it's not because they do not have the good intention to be spiritual.
Mhm.
It is because the enemy has seen them as a threat.
Yeah.
And because of that, they have become a point of attack.
Mhm.
So the desire to do it is not there. The devil just want them to be nominal.
Mm.
Just go to church. The devil is not. That's why I'm saying you can still be doing all of these things. You will still be a good Christian, but you can never even be used against the kingdom of darkness of this land.
Yeah.
You are just like, and if care is not taken, you will end up dying because
Mhm.
it's a process of death.
Yeah.
If you have become, last 2 weeks, this same thing was burdening in my heart. There was a time I used to come to your hostel in Aru.
Yeah.
The passion I had, I used to dread myself.
Mm.
That Isaiah, you are too dangerous.
Mm.
You are too dangerous. That if anybody touches you, I know that I'm too dangerous. Like that consciousness is too heavy on me that
Mhm.
with what you know in God, not with what you know, your relationship with God makes you
Yeah.
too. I feel like, wait, hey,
There is a kind of activity you submit yourself to that you begin to feel like, you
and
know.
that's not the point. I now
Mhm.
asked Bro Peter Alabi that I'm afraid that can I be so hot and be dangerous like this for life?
Mm.
How do you sustain that? He said something I will never forget.
Mhm.
And that word just started to ring again in my heart.
Yeah.
What brought you there
Mhm.
is what you keep doing to keep you there.
Yeah.
If God has given you the pattern of having a retreat every month,
Mhm.
praying every day, you study your Bible,
Yeah.
and you got to that level back then, Oga, go back to that routine.
That's
It is
right.
in that routine you can sustain that power.
Absolutely.
If you stop it, you are stopping the process of God as
Yeah,
well.
like I used to tell some of my daughters, I would tell them, if you stop, you will stop.
Mm.
If you stop doing the activities that is keeping you, you will stop.
But does that mean that spirituality is in activities?
Now, let's balance it. The activities we are talking about, God had to change my orientation about spiritual activities. Spiritual activities like praying, spiritual activity like fellowshipping with brethren, spiritual activity like going for service, for worship, fasting. All of these activities is a means to an end. The
Okay.
goal of those things is to make you love the Lord. It is the love that you have for God that delivers a lot of things for you, that makes you strong. Now,
Okay.
so if you don't do those activities, you will still not be strong, because that's the journey. It's like if you do not start your engine, your car cannot move. So those activities are the propellant. The goal is to when we go to God, what do? We talk to Him. That's prayer. When we go to the Lord, He speaks to us. That's study. You see that fasting is just that level of consecration to say, I want to deprive myself of a couple of things, food, phone, movies, just to seek the Lord. So spiritual activities, the thing is, when it become like you're just trying to tick a calendar religiously, that's when it does not profit you again. You see
But
that?
don't you still need to make them priority?
Do you mean the spiritual activities?
Yes.
Absolutely, because that's what
So
keeps us
I would
moving.
ask, how do you position your mind that it is not about this quiet time, it is about meeting with my Father? How do you position
Now,
that?
the Bible says in the book of Philippians chapter, that should be Philippians 3 verse 13. The Bible says, I hope I'm right. It says that I may know Him. Now, what will help you to know Him are these activities that you are doing. That's what take you to the journey of knowledge. So the goal, so that's why we must position our our mindset that all I want is to know Him, to love Him. So the way to do that is these activities. We can never remove these spiritual activities. We call them these are the exercise that grows our muscle. Your muscles cannot grow without lifting weight, without exercising yourself, without doing specific activities. So these activities at the end of the day we are needed. They are non-negotiable. to get to that point of God. But in our mind is not just the activity. It is at the background of everything is that I just want to know God. So these things are the vehicle that will take me to that point.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
One other thing that I just need to say is that your perception or your perspective matters. We must do those activities.
Absolutely.
Because I used my own life as a practical session for almost a year for these things that we are talking about. That if you don't do all of these things, you will still hear God, but you cannot be used for big assignments.
Yeah.
If you know God has called you to something big and you are running away from all of this, you will drain and you will die.
Absolutely.
That even the devil will now be using your house or your head for his tools. So to me, I think the problem is not the 12 hours shift. If the problem could be the foundation that you have in Jesus, and what are you dying for? What are you dying for? What are you doing? Is it business you want to do and it's taking your time? Oga, give people responsibilities. Let them do it for you. My social media, I think for about 2 weeks now, I've deleted my Instagram, even my YouTube account, app, my TikTok, which other social media, I deleted everything. I can only access them on my laptop. And I can't sit with the laptop using Instagram.
That's wisdom there.
So I know I can go there to see messages, but I cannot be watching things like
what
that.
What you are doing is wisdom. That's the Bible said, through wisdom, a house is built. You understand how God builds men. Because one major distraction that we have as we say there's no time. But if we check the time we spend on social media, goodness, you will discover that you have spent a whole lifetime there.
Yeah.
And this is because most of us don't understand how to manage that thing. That thing, if what you are doing on there are things that edify your spirit, that is growing you are on point.
Sir,
but many times, what we are doing there is not edifying.
Sir, even when you say edifying, I think many times we are deceiving ourselves.
Okay, how do you mean?
To me, I learn a lot from YouTube. A lot. I watch messages, but I discover that there are some times for an hour I'm on shorts.
Yeah.
I was like, there are still Christian shorts.
Yeah.
But I know that I need to be productive somewhere. So, although I'm still addicted to something positive, watching good things.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to relax. Just like sometimes I may be busy. I might have had a stressful time. And I was like, oh, let me just unwind my head. So with that, I can just go to the system, check. But it must not be my priority. And at a point, I discovered that I just want to pick my phone, check Instagram, check TikTok. I was like, why? Nobody's messaging you, bro. Nobody. So I needed to get someone that is doing all of those things on my behalf. If there's an important message, call me, tell me, bro, you have a message. This person is asking about this. Then I will tell the person this is the response. I don't need to sit there because it takes time.
Absolutely.
And I need to start to plan for greatness. If I'm trusting God to be great, one of the things I learned from my mirror of blessed memory, he said, planning is a proof of faith. If God told you that you become a president, now planning is now the work that you are doing to show that God, I believe what you are saying. If God told you that you are going to be this, your plans are a proof that you actually trusted it and you are working towards it. So when you see yourself to be someone God is building you to become, just start to plan towards it. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. So truly, as nurses or any professional in the United Kingdom, we must understand marking out time. The same way your roster is planned, you must plan your life too. Sincerely, many times, especially when I discover that I'm not doing some activity that enhance my growth, what I do is plan them. I intentionally told myself every month I must finish a book. If I did not finish a spiritual book, it rolls over into the next month. So that means The minimum I have is 12 books in a year. And many times I ended up passing that book. And that is that level of commitment. There are times when I would just throw my phone in the sitting room and be reading the book in the room, because when you are close to your phone, that thing, there is a demon inside that thing.
And you know, one of the things I cherish about you since 2018 that we've been working together, 18-19, is you always play sound around you. You and Bro Peter, even to date. Yesterday morning, I was just watching. You are still playing. Even when we got to the studio, you are still playing some sounds. I think to me, to a large extent, it helps.
That is just
creating your atmosphere.
Creating an atmosphere for yourself. And you know what it does to you? When you create that atmosphere, you travel with it. You go to work with it.
Anytime you want to pray, you are not starting from the back of the garden.
Absolutely.
Because you are it already. You are there already.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes of praying, you have already translated to another realm. Instead of you stretching, I know there is power in prayer stretch, but sometimes we are stretching because our mind has not aligned with the Spirit of the Lord. So when you create such an atmosphere for yourself, it helps you. Your transition is quick.
Yeah.
You can easily, if you start to pray now, I tell you, within 1-2 minutes, your eyes have become opened. You can easily pick things because the atmosphere has not been occluded, so to say. Yeah. So to me, I would say that everyone needs to understand that spirituality should be a priority, and you are not separate. You are just one person.
Yeah.
So you do not have two types of life. You do not have a spiritual life. No,
your marital life.
It's everything.
Those things are mashed.
They are mashed together.
Everyone.
Although it's not easy to combine them, at least now I've been able to effortlessly combine spirituality with everything. I read a book back then, maybe in 2017, 2018, Getting Close to God When You Are Not Good at It. So I bought that book in Ogbomoso. I can't forget. That man was talking about you can put some spiritual activities to your physical activities. When you ignite your car, Jesus, try to consciously create an habit to it.
Do you know something happened to me many years ago? I think I was working in Lagos. I don't know how it happened. Was that I just told myself that while I'm working, I will be praying. I did that thing and it became a lifestyle.
Yes.
Like immediately I take a leg to begin to walk. My mouth began to move.
So it's a way to actually sustain that stuff. Some people, when you are locking your house door, just remember that, Father, it will even be tongues. It will just become part of you. So you are activating that spirit that, okay, I'm ready. Let's dive in. So,
Nurses, it is possible. You can't be doing 12-hour shift and be powerful. You must fix spiritual activities into your timing. Don't leave spaces. Fix times that we will be reading spiritual books. In fact, many nurses, the last time they bought a book, they can't remember. Some can't remember the last time they wrote a book. Fix, messages that you want to listen to in a week. Fix fellowship with brethren. Travel from far to friends where you can do Bible study and interact. And I can assure you, you will stay alive and active. It is possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.